music, but yeah, it's kind of nice. I like it. Not a big jazz fan, but around Christmas time, it's kind of nice, right? Merry Christmas to you. Making another pot of coffee. Gonna try to get the chill out of my bones, right? It's 15 degrees Fahrenheit here in the middle of the woods in Maine. I'll throw another log on the fire. Just consider me your AI Bob Ross, right? No sex involved. We're gonna draw happy little trees. Mountains in the background. Beautiful, beautiful pictures, yeah. Gonna be really wonderful. Alright there. My volume's probably down, screwed up again. See how long that lasts. That better? There we go. That's better. So soothing, so nice. I used to listen to a radio station. It was all day, all night, all nice. WDOK. Right. Okay, well, we're closing in on this and time to get started, right? So We'll just fade that out there and get on, busy boys and girls. Good morning. Uh-oh, where am I? Uh-oh. I have been a busy boy this morning, all day, all night, all nice. Working hard over here, interviewing people, holding Zoom meetings, herding cats, right? That's what I do. I'm over there. Over there. See, it's a little dark. I don't have things set up yet. Huh? I don't know. I'm going to be a little bit at an angle today. I'm just feeling it. Feeling a little off. So, good evening, 20 people that are checked out what's going on here. So, let me see if we can get the show on the road. What are you poking me for? Cider's in the house. Oh, very cool. I did not see that over there. So let me see. All right, this is a good place to start. Forgive me for not being queued up, but I'm just plumb wore out. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. There we go. Ta-da. Right. So what do we have here? Well, that's an image I created earlier in the day with Grok. Yeah. I really like Grok. And I thought that maybe today, since this is Orientation 101, we could talk about just a couple of the tools, not too many. And, just start looking at what it is that this tool can do for us and, explore some possibilities of what's going on. And Cider, I really enjoyed your input today in today's meeting. I think we need to talk some more. And I really think that we got a lot of different people, and I think I see kind of how a lot of different people mesh. And it's really interesting how I don't think sometimes people even understand how they mesh together themselves. To sort of sometimes takes other people outside to see it. But I really, really do like the whole idea of unity and trying to generate that through traditional messaging rather than it's going back to like more traditional labeling, right? Labeling we used to use when things were better. So, okay, anyway, you'll see that I did this in Grok. Right? I did a couple images in Grok. And this is whoopsie. This is a really, really cool thing. And I'll tell you, I just started really working with Grok. Oh my Lord. What? Just a few weeks back. I mean, it hasn't been that long. And I have found that the uses for it are very far and wide and vast. And I think now I probably barely use Google at all, right? I just wake up in the morning and I pretty much start formulating a lot of what I want to do through AI. Let me go get myself a cup of coffee, and I shall return. What? Yeah. I'll be right back. should have given you the whole 9 yards, right? Now that was made by artificial intelligence, right? Rob does that kind of stuff for us. The Goonie Bin. Neat kind of stuff like that, right? Oh, hi, DK. There you are. Oh, you had to drop early? Well, yeah. It was really, it was productive. It was good. You know, I'm gonna do just a little bit of an intro today and kind of an orientation and tell you what I've been doing with the artificial intelligence and kind of show you. And let me see. Be done with that. That's all fun and stuff, but now it's beginning to become annoying. All right. So where are we here? Let's go back to our other window. No. Actually, I'm pretty wiped out, you know. Today was just a man, really. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I'm glazed over. Kind of almost spent. But anyway, so let me just talk about a little bit about Grok. Grok is a great tool. It does a lot of things. It is an image generator, but it is a language model, a plain language model engine that allows you to do all sorts of things, crazy things that we weren't able to do before. And the great part about Grok and pretty much all AI is that as you go and you use it, it's smart, right? So it's learning as it goes with you and your conversation. It remembers what you've been doing, what you've been talking about all along the way. And that's important to know, specifically when you're generating prompts as you go, because you can start one place and then as you go, it's kind of like going down a rabbit hole, right? You'll find that you got a series of buttons to do something and to regenerate something over and over again. What's that? Yeah, if you want to, sure. Actually, you know what? No, I'd prefer you didn't. If you don't mind. I'd rather just fumble through this one on my own this time. I'm a little low energy, but I kind of want to show you show them what I've kind of been doing and get a rhythm, and maybe next week we can do something, right? That would be good. Or maybe, I don't know, something during the middle of the week, but yeah, so here I'm using Grok 2 beta. There's a couple of different models that you can use up here. Now, did you see this? Grok 2 plus Aurora beta with our best image generator. Well, I like the best, right? So let's go over there and try that, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to I want to have a new conversation, right? So I'm just going to tell it basically new conversation. Now, what's really cool is that is like, well, how do you drive AI? Well, you basically, no, what am I going to break it now? I'm going to say new conversation. It's going to go and mess up on me. Come on. I was just going to say how wonderful it was because it's like you just tell it what to do. You don't have to know the codes necessarily. You just have to have the spoken word close enough. All right. What's going on? All right. Let's start here. You've never been to Glock before. What? Flux. So look at this, man. What is this Grok 2 plus Flux now? That wasn't what we saw up there before. Well, see, all this stuff is beta, and that's the thing, man. It's But anyway, up here basically controls what engine you're using. But let's just do some stuff. One of the things that I've come to understand is that it'll do just about anything, right? It's trained on X. And so it's very, very, very good. And I think one of the first things I started doing was figuring out how to analyze, because I'm trying to do posts that are engaging, right? I started trying to figure out, well, instead of going to Google, how can I use Grok to look at what's going on in the news and analyze the news, right? So I was very interested in Maine. So I asked it, what are the top 5 trending political news stories in today that people are posting about? So this is going to generate a list for me of five things that people are talking about, right? Going on in Maine. And so we've got the opposition to Tulsi Gabbard's nomination. We've got the reelection of Jared Golden, which really chaps my butt. We got the Syria conflict escalation, Trump's meeting with pharma executives, currency notes, incidents, Raya Saba. So these things, we would look at these things and we would say, all right, I'm interested in one of these things. And so retaining his seat after Republican Austin Terrio conceded, the close race has been a point of discussion, with both candidates expressing respect for each other's service, highlighting the spirit of bipartisanship, right? So let's just say that I'm interested in making number 2 into a story. I think that the whole Jared Golden story is still kind of going on. It's trending. It says so. And so let's ask it to make a post about that. And so we're going to ask it to do that. We can just say, please make a post about number 2 news story. Make it pithy and include, I don't know, a question to maximize engagement. Include relevant hashtags to optimize visibility and forwards. So, go on. I've obviously misspelled things because I'm a terrible typer and I have dyslexia and all sorts of things. And right, so clean that up right there. Give that a try. Hmm? Yeah, it knows them, but I'm kind of anal, so I kind of fix the spelling errors. So you would take this right here, and then here's your hashtags, these things. So it tells a story about it, and then I say, well, I don't really like that story, right? So because I don't really like him, right? So I want to kind of make a hit post, right, about it, and say reframe the post from the viewpoint that they're may have been election problems due to ranked choice voting. Right? Let's see what he comes up with. See, so now what it's going to do is spin it in the perspective of asking for input and casting doubt about Jared Golden's election. Jared Golden holds on to his seat in Maine's 2nd District, but was it a fair fight? The recount under ranked choice voting, RCV, leaves many questions, questioning the process. Could RCV be the real winner here? Maine election, RCV controversy, ME politics, and election integrity. So it puts all the appropriate posts in there. So let me make this a little bigger so y'all can see. Forgive me, I just started using the Zoom here. A bit new to it, but I'm digging it pretty much, man. Actually, I'm digging it a lot. Right? So, this is pretty cool. Now then the next thing I have to do is select a proper picture for that, for a post. Now, under this particular story, Jared Golden's not famous enough for us to have Grok make a picture of Jared Golden, right? But we could try and, I don't know, we could try. See, it knows what we've been talking about. So I'm going to ask it and see what it comes up with. And the great part about it is when you put these prompts in here, I'll show you there's these other buttons, right? You got this little pencil up here, and you can click this. And if you click this, then it'll edit and put down here everything that's up here, and you redo the prompt. And when you ask it again, it understands that you're starting back from that place in the conversation where you were, right? This is important for you to understand this, that your conversations with this artificial intelligence are in iterations, right? And so as you go, depending on how far down a rabbit hole you go, either with pictures or with an idea that you're fleshing out, you can always scroll up to the previous part of the conversation, right? And redo that prompt up here and say, I don't really like the way I asked the question. I want more like local, maybe I want crime, whatever, because I want to drill down on something specific, right? So you can come up here and change that, or you can just say, well, all right, let's just keep going with this, but I reframed it, right? And so this is, I don't like the way you did it, regenerated, and it's regenerating from this last point. But I'll show you with pictures, it's almost a little bit different. I mean, I could do the same thing here, but if you wanted to do this again and I want to make another post, but I kind of wanted to repeat or regenerate it, you could say regenerate, or you can just simply say like again or repeat. And it's going to interpret that as, right? Yeah. But yeah, that's another good example that she mentioned, right? You got to understand that AI has 340 billion parameters. And so it will do exactly what you tell it to do, which is why becoming a prompting engineer and learning how to prompt is very, very, very important. And so, you can tell, you can do this, and you can have it rewrite it at whatever grade level that you want based on the demographic of people that you're trying to reach. So, like, we could just tell it right there, here, like, rewrite this. Wide understanding, right? And comprehension. And you want to be as specific, as you can be. There, it did it. It's very, very good at this. And you can also tell it to go and rewrite it and say, rewrite it, and I want to be persuasive to independents or libertarians or persuadable center-left Democrats. So you're dealing with a genius, but it's a simple genius, meaning it'll do exactly what you tell it to do, right? So let's jump over and let's just say for a minute, we'd like to generate an image for this because I want to do something original. And I don't know, this is a little tough, but let's just go with it, right? Let's go over and we're talking about Jared Golden, 2nd District race. Let's just try. Let's just see what the hell it does if I say generate an image of two politicians with one winning and one losing to match the post above. Now, I have no idea what this is going to do. Tomorrow, it might be different than what it did today. This is the crazy part. All right, so we got 2 Donald Trumps. Now, I'll tell you one weird thing about AI. And it's been getting better, but it has a tendency to duplicate things for the weirdest reasons. And I don't always know why, right? Yeah, to regenerate something right there. Like if you don't like that, you can just hit that little button right there. Exactly, at the bottom. This is too big. Make it a little smaller so you can see it. Right. Right there. Right there is what DK was talking about. Right. And so if you like that image for some reason, and for some reason it's fixating on Trump, even though we didn't tell it to do Trump, right? But if you like that image, you click on it and then you can manipulate it from there, right click and, save it, do whatever you want to it. And then we can manipulate that later, maybe in Photopea, right? Or whatever we want to do there. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with that, right? So let me see. What else do we want to do? Okay. Let's go back up here and say, I don't like that. I need that down there. And say, generate an image. I don't like the 2 politicians. It's not working out, right? With, They said, did he drive NASCAR? Ontario? Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. He was a race car driver, Austin Terrio. Although Austin Terrio's not quite as good looking as that. And I don't think he would know what Austin Terrio looked like. But you see, huh? Yeah. So anyway, these images, they're incredibly, incredibly tight, man. They're amazing. And they're sort of weird when you generate AI images, where you got to look for, you have to look for fingers and toes. It gets confused, and sometimes it makes hands look very wonky. Generally speaking, um, and then uh it's not always accurate as far as the blur is concerned and stuff like that. That bothers other people. It doesn't bother me. It's generally yeah. There you go. Here, you give me a prompt. I'll try that. Let's see what that does. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's like a screen print graphic. That's pretty slick. So yeah, and so if you like that thing, you can regenerate it, but I think it's slightly different when you do this. Oops. Oh crap. Here. And say again, because it's sort of right. Maybe there's something about it. Wow. That completely went. Let's do that. That's not bad. That's kind of a cool image, right? And so here's the thing, too. What I find is with the AI, and I've talked about it before, is that you really, really need to build things usually in layers. Like, for example, it's really, really good at certain things like coming up with a logo for something. Like, uh, you know, based on like the Pine Tree Patriots or TNN or whatever. Putting something on a T-shirt, screen print, something logo type, that kind of graphics, man, it'll nail stuff like that. Just put in, your mission statement, and it'll come up with a picture. It's kind of crazy. But if you're looking to do something kind of more specific, then what you really have to do is you have to generate these things one image, sort of simple at a time, and then kind of paste them together or piece them together in layers to really kind of get what you want. You know, More complex pictures are, you know, well, what was interesting, like the other day, we were talking about something cool, and let's just see if I can do it again, right? Remember, it was Chris was ministering to people out in Arizona, and so I said, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah." He was talking about a children's book, Jesus with chaos. I'm like, okay. So I said, okay. Uh, make me a new picture just to make sure it understands. Okay. Jesus sitting in the desert with mesas in the background and little children. Oh, Native American. All right. All right. Let's go. And there you are. Some things it does very, very well. Like crazy good. And I really like that, you know. And so and again, you know, you just tell it, I really like that. Do it again. See? Fantastic stuff. Now, it remembers to a certain degree and but it's not good like when you're trying to develop a character. We try to use it to mm, populate like a movie made out of stills in like a scary story. And it has limited success. Like that's Jesus is similar to this Jesus. That's a pretty good similarity. But as it goes, it's not going to always look the same. But let's just add something here. Let's add in a vibrant forest. Yeah, see, with hidden waterfalls. And you don't need to type the rest of the prompt. You understand what's there, right? So you could just say, add a chief's right, headdress. I don't know, is it one word, 2 words? I don't know. And there you are. So there are legends, and Chris was telling me about that Jesus. Man, it's really, really, really doing a good job today of keeping Jesus' face pretty darn consistent, don't you think? Yeah, it's pretty tight today. So yeah, I mean this is crazy stuff, right? So um but like what else? I mean, you know, I did mission statements, we wrote letters to school board members. It knows what the news is going on, okay? It even understood and picked up the news that when we wrote the letter that they were trying to do this under the cover of night. Uh oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. All right. Uh I have flour, baking powder, salt, butter, eggs. All right. And cream cheese. So what do we want to what do we want? We want some do we have any sugar? Huh? Or do you want to just make something out of this? Make me something to some biscuits or something. Okay. Hmm. All right. So say we're hungry. Here you go. Simple yet delicious recipe for cream cheese scones. Hmm? So yeah, you got the flour, baking powder, which is your rising agent, right? teaspoon salt. Oh, there you go. Look at it. Put it all there. Do what to do. Hmm? Well, okay, well, you want to do it over again? We could do this, or you want to go add what? Let's figure out. We just realized we got a can of pumpkin. Huh? Oh, we don't have any flour. Okay. Right. Okay. I wonder if okay. I don't know if it's gonna be able to do this, but let's try. I do not have flour, but I do go away. Stop. But I do have a can of pumpkin and some sugar. Absolutely. It's always really excited to help you. I like that. It's got nice energy, right? Oh, it's just canned pumpkin and sugar. Yeah. See, that's where it made the mistake of it didn't understand that I wanted to take out one thing, keep the other, it didn't understand that I had eggs and these other things. So in that case, you would come back up here to your original prompt. And this is where you go. All right, I have flour, da 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 da, eggs, cream cheese, okay, sugar, and canned pumpkin, and take out the flour. We have no flour. No flour. Right? It says make me a recipe that would be good to eat, right? You want it sweet, dessert? The dish should be a dessert. All right. There you go. Pumpkin cream cheese pie. See, and then here's the other stuff. They gave you these optional things, which we do happen to have some of that shit on the shelf, right? So we throw that in there. So, yeah, so right. I mean, at this point, you don't need a recipe thing anymore, right? You know, uh, it's just kind of crazy, the kind of things you can do. Now, I have some things that I want to accomplish and I want to finish, and I want some discipline. So I'm going to have it make me a schedule. But, uh, there's just, I mean, it's endless. It just, it's amazing what you can do with it. Every time I think about something, like, here's another one for you. This thing I did at the beginning in the timer, the fonts that I had for the timer and the AI picture. I said, give me some fonts that would go good with the subject matter and the picture that I generated. And it gave me a list of 5 things in Photopea that were all fonts that were native in Photopea that I was able to select. And there's so many fonts in there. You can't scroll down through them all. You know what I mean? And find them because there's so many of them. And it pulled 5 right out. And I did that with something suitable for a kneeling night and blah 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 blah. And so I said, pull out all the fonts that would be really cool with this. And it pulled out 5 of these really, really neat fonts that were suitable, arcane, archaic, kind of, dark ages-y kind of fonts. So I'm constantly thinking about what it is that I can do with it. It's really good at optimizing things. A lot of times you can feed something into it and say, give me something back based on these things that I had jotted down, just a list of ideas, and turn it into a coherent letter, right? Or essay on a subject matter. The Grok the Grok currently is a paid so you got to at least be what is it part of blue check mark or is it part of the premium? I think it's part of premium, right? Now, we don't this particular one. Now, there's another model, okay, that you can use. We can jump over to is ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is pretty nifty. Let me see. We're not logged. Does it know? Were we logged in? Yeah. Okay. These are previous conversations that I've had. Now, is ChatGPT also the one that has the image generator as well? This stuff is free over here, okay, on ChatGPT, and there's different engines over here. And you can see that obviously you want to upgrade. You got ChatGPT Plus, one of the smartest models. And of course, it's just the latest and the greatest, and it's got the most parameters and it's the most intelligent. So we're going to stick with ChatGPT for today. And so there's all sorts of stuff that you can do with, again, it does have an image. It is ChatGPT or is it Gab that I'm in? Gab is another one that you can use. Let me see. Let me go over here for a second. Gab. Right. So let me see. Log in. Happiness. Here we go. Now, Gab is really, really neat and is different than ChatGPT. This is a chat engine. This is Aria. I haven't played around with Aria as much. I've usually on Gab, I'm into the image generators, and that's these right here. And these are kind of cool. You can see all the different kinds of image generators there are, right? Digital oil painting, minimalistic 3D, steampunk style image generators, caricatures, uh, and it'll do it based on your username, right? So pixel art, all these different things. Look at how many there are. Baseball card generator, paper quilling art generator. Man, some of these I have not even seen, right? So there's all sorts of stuff for you to do. And you see them by categories, right? Look at them all. Crazy stuff. So if you're doing faith, look at these. All this crazy stuff in here. Now, these are not, these, these characters are not image generators. You notice we're under characters. This is, if you want to have a conversation with somebody, with an AI that is trained on all of John Calvin's writing, right? You understand? So if we go and we go talk to John Calvin, right? Just say, okay, John, let's do this right here. Hang on. All right. Tell me the most convincing part of Scripture that reinforces that God is sovereign in salvation. So you can see that, like, this is crazy, right? All right, I am way off on my keyboard skills tonight. I can never spell sovereign correctly ever. So I mean, they they train these things on specific writings of specific people, so that you're literally interacting with John Calvin if he were alive. This is exactly what he would be telling you if you raise him from the dead, right? So Ephesians 1:11 and 12, in Christ we have been claimed as God's own possession. We find the purpose of which God created us, our heart's deepest desire. We are also the chosen people, and God has placed a stamp of ownership on us, marked with his spirit, and appointed to us as his holy people. So it goes on, and then it says Romans 9:16. You've been saved, and this not of yourselves, it is the gift from God, right? You've been saved through grace. And it's not something we can achieve on our own. It is God who chooses us and grants us salvation, reinforcing the idea of his sovereignty in this process. In addition, John 15:16 says, you did not choose me, but I choose you and appointed you so that you might go out and bear fruit, and fruit that will last, right? So again, you can see that you can argue with a theologian, and you get all these different things, and you go up here, start a conversation. You can continue a conversation from before. It remembers these things. It remembers these things over in the city. We had a conversation with John Calvin. So, yeah, so it's pretty neat stuff. And the image generator is pretty cool. And the free stuff now, you have a limit on what you can do. So if you're doing something pretty, straightforward, okay, let's just try something like this. All right. So draw me a picture of a cute monkey superhero no E in the end is superhero. Okay, in a Captain America suit. With shield. Let's see what it draws. So each one of these image generators has a certain flavor to it. Okay, that's cute. A little too cute. It's like, that's cute on steroids, right? So let's try it. Make the monkey more of an adult monkey. I'm just curious what it's going to do. Yeah, more realistic is also another prompt. There's no way to do this wrong, too. That's the whole thing, There's a million ways to do this. I think we're into this seriously cute engine. Now, yeah, this is we're also in the, a certain, this is the button here. You want to see it bigger. It's cute, but I think we're not going to get anywhere in this engine. I don't think that we really want out of this particular one, right? So, although it is cute, animation is probably not the one we want to use. Let me see. The one I usually use Where are they? Here we go. Usually use what I use is Gabby, right? So let's just say, okay, I'm tired. Well, no, let's do the same prompt. Let's just do the same prompt. Create a superhero monkey in a Captain America suit with shield. See what I do. Names it Shielded Simeon. We are still in hyper acute mode. So we got a cute hangover. So how do we correct this? I don't know. So the clock is running on Gab AI. That's the big thing is we do about 6, 8 of these. And yeah, we're going to run out. So let's try this. See, there we go. We've reached your daily image creation limit. What was that? 3 or 4? So that kind of blows. So that's not happening, right? But this is where they get you, you know. I mean, just about every one, all of them out there, right? So, anyway, so this is, you know, Gab is a one, and then Chat GPT, okay? Whole nother thing. You got to create image over here. We could take the prompt from over here. And see what we get over here. We want a realistic Marvel Comics character that is a monkey in a Captain America suit with a shield. Right. Okay. So we're not in an image generator. We're in Chat GPT. So what it did is it created a Marvel style character concept, Captain Chimp. Alias a patriotic primate, right? Yep. Yep. Now, what you can do here, see, now this is the cool part. This is the would you like a visual concept of the character? Well, yes, I would. Wait, so I'm going to go, yes. Make a prompt for an image generator to create the perfect picture for this character. So this is the kind of cool stuff is when you got multiple competing things out there. Oh, it actually going to make the image. Oh, it didn't like that. All right, so let's do this. All right. I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to Grok. And I'm going to go. All right. Please generate an image of a character depicted as follows. Look at that. Look at that. I really like that. That's pretty cute. That's pretty damn slick right there. Huh? Captain America, I think, probably. Yeah. So you can save that now. These conversations are saved in a history, right? I'm bad about file naming, but I'm trying to get better so that I can look things up instead of the stupid names from the generating thing. I really like that. In a jungle setting, no. Let's just do it again. Again with a helmet. I like helmets, right? There you go. So you can see that there's just crazy, right? I mean, in a space helmet. I mean, look, and you go down these rabbit holes forever. But the biggest thing is not to be intimidated, by these things. Look at the size of those ears. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, it's time to go. I got to go. I got to make some dinner and supper and just watch something. It's late. And I need to do something passive. I've been doing active stuff all day long. I've been doing interviews and stuff. So this was just like a primer on stuff. You can go play around if you happen to have it. But again, I suggest you go over to Chat GPT. It's really good for writing stories. If you want to write a story, like you say, all right, I want to write a story about this character. Please, prompt me. So there it goes. Yeah, it asks if you want to flush it out into a whole chapter. Great for story writing. Dr. Bananas. Yeah, give it a try, man. The sky's the limit with this stuff, right? So I hope you enjoyed this little foray. Like I said, I wish I would have had higher energy. I'll have something a little bit better planned. So, yeah, create an image of, yeah, if we would do that, let's try that. Okay, it probably doesn't like trying to make it look like a Marvel character. It's probably what it's objecting to. I don't know why I won't do it. So, all right, guys. I enjoyed the interaction. Like I said, we'll see you next week. We'll see probably other reasons. We'll see you this week. So, we love you guys. I gotta go before my dog. All right, stop. All right, stop. Get off. Oh yeah. See you guys. Oh yeah. Watch that show. It's a good show. Well, I gotta listen to the music now.
Everything gonna be all right this morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, DK.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
And
you.
now, your Swamp Guide.
No,
only
it's
on
just me.
TNN.
That's just me. All right. Good night, guys.